You've spent 3 weekends walking used car lots. You've got a real number in mind, maybe 8,000, maybe 10,000. Everything in that range looks tired. Everything that looks good is priced like it isn't in that range at all. You go home empty-handed. I've been working on Ford trucks for over 20 years. The 5 trucks I'm about to show you are capable of clearing 300,000 miles with basic maintenance, and every one of them is priced below what it's worth, because most buyers don't know what they're looking at. One thing before we start, the number you see in a listing is what the seller hopes to get. It's not what these trucks actually sell for. Every price I give you today is a realistic negotiated price. What a prepared buyer actually pays, not the sticker on the windshield. 5 trucks. Then one bonus one at the end that almost made the list. Stay for number 1. It's the truck I've recommended more than almost anything else on this list. And most buyers walk right past it because of one assumption that costs them thousands. Number 5, the Ford Ranger 2009 to 2011 with the 4.0-liter V6. Most buyers shopping this budget assume a Ranger is too small to be worth it and go chase a Tacoma instead, paying $2,000 to $3,000 more for the badge. I had a customer named Dale 2 summers ago. Budget of $7,500, running a small landscaping side business on weekends. Every forum he read pushed him toward a high-mileage Tacoma. We found him a 2010 Ranger XLT with the 4.0, 89,000 miles for $6,900. He's still driving it. Last I heard, he was past 160,000 miles with nothing beyond scheduled maintenance and 1 set of rear brakes. Everybody kept telling him to pay more for the Tacoma. Nobody was volunteering to cover that extra $2,000 to $3,000 out of their own pocket. The 4.0-liter Soch V6 in this generation is a proven engine. Chain-driven, naturally aspirated, and Ford built variations of it for well over a decade across multiple platforms. Parts are everywhere and labor is cheap. Current pricing on clean examples runs $7,000 to $9,000. Before you buy one, check for a rattle on cold start. That's usually the timing chain tensioner starting to wear. I've had these come in making that noise for a year before the owner finally asked about it. Catch it early and it's an afternoon job in the driveway, $200 to $300. Ignore it long enough and you're talking about a much bigger repair. Check the frame forward of the rear spring hangers for rust. That's where mud packs and holds moisture. And pull the dipstick. Gray sludge around the filler cap tells you the previous owner ran a lot of short trips. The market treats this truck like it's too small to matter. The truck doesn't know that. Neither does the odometer. Number 4, the Ford Explorer Sport Trac 2007 to 2010 with the 4.6-liter V8. This is the truck almost nobody finds because almost nobody searches for it. Buyers type in F-150 or Ranger, and this one gets filtered out because it's filed under SUV, not truck. A customer named Renee came in 3 years ago, looking for something with truck capability but easier for her to climb into than a full-size F-150. Budget was $8,000. She'd been ready to spend $2,000 more on an F-150 with a rougher ride, mostly because it said truck on the window sticker. She found a 2008 Sport Trac Limited with the 4.6, 97,000 miles for $7,200. She still has it. She hauls mulch and firewood in the bed, and she told me that it rides better than the F-150 she was cross-shopping. That's exactly why the price has never caught up to what this truck is actually worth. Nobody's bidding against you for a vehicle they don't know exists. Stick to the 4.6-liter V8 specifically, not the V6. It has the lowest complaint rate of the 3 engines Ford offered in this generation, and the independent rear suspension gives it a smoother ride than a solid axle pickup. Current pricing runs $6,000 to $9,000 for clean examples. Before you buy one, check both front and rear sway bar links. They're a known wear item on this platform, and it's a $150 part with an hour of labor. I've seen people quoted 3 times that at a dealer for the same job. Check the rear differential cover for seepage, and verify the transmission fluid's been serviced. This generation is straightforward when it's maintained and expensive when it isn't. Everyone's looking for a truck. Ford already built one and filed it under SUV. Number 3, the Ford F-150 XL work truck, 2011 to 2012 with the 3.7-liter V6. This isn't about a generation, it's about a trim level. Buyers walk onto a lot, see a Lariat with leather and chrome, and assume that's the truck that will last longer. It's the same drivetrain under both trucks. You're paying for seat heaters, not durability. I watched two guys look at two nearly identical trucks on the same lot 2 years back. One was a Lariat at $13,000, leather, chrome, heated seats. The other was a Bear XL with the same mileage at $8,500. Same 3.7, same transmission, same frame under both hoods. A subscriber named Tom was the one who bought the XL. He put the $4,500 difference toward a new set of tires and a tonneau cover. Told me he never once missed the leather seats. That's the difference between buying the truck everyone else wants and buying the truck a mechanic actually respects. Most buyers walk the lot and let the interior make the decision for them. What's under the hood never gets a vote. The 3.7-liter V6 is naturally aspirated. No turbo, no intercooler, nothing extra to fail. It's the base engine in this generation, and it's the one I point customers toward when they don't need EcoBoost power. Current pricing on a clean XL runs $7,000 to $10,000. The same truck in Lariat trim runs several thousand more for identical mechanicals. Before you buy one, check the water pump. It's a known wear item on this engine around the 100,000-mile mark. Catch a whine or a squeal early and it's a straightforward swap in an afternoon. Ignore it, and you're replacing a water pump on the side of the road instead of in your driveway. And check the differential fluid if the truck has any towing history. You're not buying less truck, you're buying less chrome. I put together the same Ford longevity checklist I hand to customers looking at an older truck before they hand over money. It covers the same things I'm checking on every truck on this list. Engine wear, transmission health, electrical, frame condition, all of it. Grab it free at FordScope.com. And if you want the full walkthrough, the Ford longevity blueprint is there too. Number 2, the Ford F-150, 1997 to 2003 with the 4.6-liter V8. Most people obsess over the old 300 inline 6 from the generation before this one. And I get it, it's a fantastic engine. But after 20 plus years in this business, I've watched far too many owners walk right past the 4.6 trucks that came after it. That's where I'd be looking today. A retired contractor named Earl came to me 3 years ago with a $5,000 ceiling. He found a 2001 F-150 XLT with the 4.6, 138,000 miles, documented service history for $4,300. Last time he called, he was at 210,000 miles. Original engine, original transmission, and the only thing he'd replaced beyond scheduled maintenance was a water pump. Nobody at the lot tried to steer him toward this truck. He found it because he wasn't limiting his search to the years everyone else was talking about. These trucks spent years getting ignored because buyers were too busy arguing about the inline 6 that came before them and the 3-valve trucks that came after them. Nobody was paying attention to what was sitting in the middle. This is the modular 4.6. Single overhead cam, 2-valve. It's not the same engine family that gave later 3-valve trucks their spark plug and cam phaser problems. This one is simpler, and Ford had already been refining it for years by the time this truck rolled off the line. Current pricing runs $3,000 to $8,000, depending on mileage and condition. Some clean examples still show up under $4,000. Before you buy one, get a real look at the frame, especially if the truck spent any time in a salt state. Probe the metal, don't just look at it. Check the intake manifold gasket for coolant seepage. It's a known issue on this era of modular V8. I've seen it go unnoticed for months. Just a faint coolant smell and a reservoir that needs topping off every few weeks, until it finally lets go, all at once. And check the battery for a slow drain. A handful of owners report it, and it's usually a simple fix, not a wiring problem. The market remembers reputations longer than mechanics do. If one of my customers walked in tomorrow with a $5,000 budget, this is where I'd tell him to start looking. Number 1, the Ford F-250 Super Duty, 2011 to 2014, with the 6.2-liter V8 gas, regular cab XL. Here's the assumption that costs people the most money on this entire list. Buyers think Super Duty means diesel, and they pay a diesel premium for towing capacity they use twice a year. A subscriber named Victor runs a small trailer business, tows a car hauler maybe twice a month. Nothing heavier than that. He was shopping 7.3 and 6.0 Power Stroke trucks at $16,000 to $18,000. I told him to look at the 6.2 gas instead. He found a 2012 F250 regular cab XL with 91,000 miles for $9,400. 3 years later, he's put 60,000 miles on it. One set of injectors never entered the conversation because there aren't any to worry about on a gas engine. Half the people paying diesel money never tow enough in a year to justify owning one. They're paying to insure, maintain, and fuel a capability they use twice a month, 365 days a year. The 6.2-liter V8 gas doesn't have the towing ceiling of a Power Stroke, but for the vast majority of owners who never approach that ceiling, it's simpler, cheaper to fix, and doesn't carry the injector or emissions complexity that comes with a diesel. No DPF to clog, no injectors running 400 to 600 each when one finally fails. The price only works in regular cab XL trim. Current pricing runs $9,000 to $10,000 in that specific configuration. Crew cab and higher trims push well past $10,000 for the same drivetrain. Before you buy one, check the transmission fluid condition on the 6-speed torque shift. Ask about towing history if you're buying from a commercial fleet, and check tire wear patterns for signs of alignment issues from hauling. A truck that spent its life on a worksite tells you everything in the tread before you ever pop the hood. If a customer walks in with $10,000 and tells me they need a Super Duty, this is the truck I point at first. Not the one with the badge that costs $6,000 more, the one that actually matches how they drive. One more truck worth watching if your budget can stretch a little. The Ford F-150 2011 to 2014 with the 5.0-liter Coyote V8. This one almost made the top 5, and honestly, on engineering alone, it deserves to be there. Forged steel crank, no turbos to fail, no intercoolers to leak, a bottom end that owners have documented well past 200,000 miles. It didn't make the main list purely on price. The honest number right now is $11,000 to $15,000, not $10,000. But sellers sit on these longer than you'd expect, and a patient buyer willing to negotiate can occasionally land one closer to $10,000. If your budget has a little room to stretch, or you're willing to wait for the right seller, this is the engine I'd be watching for. If this video helped you keep a little more money in your pocket, and you'd like to support the channel, hit the join button below. I'll see you in the next one.